Winds of economic change are constantly blowing across Africa. But knowing that these gusts will sway through our economies, we can plan ahead to reap their benefits and mitigate their challenges. This is why in January of 2023, the African Development Bank launched the inaugural Africa's Macroeconomic Performance and Outlook report. Now we present the 2024 edition, an assessment of Africa's macroeconomic performance in 2022 and 2023 and its short to medium-term outlook for 2024 and 2025 amid dynamic global economic developments. Africa has recently faced significant headwinds, ranging from the COVID-19 pandemic to global conflicts and regional political instabilities, slowing the continent's growth in tandem with global economic uncertainty. While Africa's average real GDP growth fell to an estimated 3.2% in 2023 from 4.1% in 2022, 15 African countries grew by 5% or more. This reflects the rebound in investment, tourism, mining, and economic diversification. Africa also remains the second fastest growing region after Asia, underpinning the continent's resilience to shocks. The slowdown just in average growth corresponds to the regional variations based on domestic policies in place to cushion the impact of shocks. Economic growth in Central Africa is projected to drop from an estimated 3.8% in 2023 to 3.5% in 2024, then rise to 4.1% in 2025. East Africa is expected to post higher growth of 5.1% in 2024 and 5.7% in 2025, up from an estimated 3.5% in 2023. Real GDP growth in North Africa is projected to remain steady at 3.9% in 2024, then improve slightly to 4.1% in 2025. Southern Africa is projected to experience slight growth from an estimated 1.6% in 2023 to 2.2% in 2024 and 2.6% in 2025. West Africa's GDP growth is projected to rise from an estimated 3.2% in 2023 to 4% in 2024 and continue to 4.4% in 2025. Inflation in Africa has risen since COVID-19, driven by increasing global food and energy prices, domestic fiscal largesse, domestic agricultural supply shocks, and the depreciation of national currencies against the US dollar. At the same time, deficits have improved due to relatively better revenue performance following a slump during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2022. Public debt is declining, but debt vulnerabilities remain elevated. Higher borrowing costs and public debt reflect tightening global financial conditions, which have limited African governments' investments in growth-promoting sectors. Overall, Africa's external position is expected to deteriorate in 2024, driven by declining global commodity prices. Yet, despite the decline in foreign direct investments to Africa, Africa remained attractive, with new projects increasing by 39% to 766, and in 2022, Africa accounted for 40% of mega projects, meaning those worth more than $10 billion each. If well executed and successful, these projects will offer growth, job creation, and technology transfer to the continent. Lifting Africa's growth from the slowdown of 2023 will require a policy mix including adopting policies to tame elevated inflation and creating incentives to stimulate economic growth, accelerating economic diversification, strengthening exports, and fiscal consolidation to increase resilience to shocks. Sustained governance reforms to strengthen debt management capacity, strong fiscal institutions to efficiently mobilize more domestic resources and ensure their prudent use, scaling up government investments in digital infrastructure to curb resource leakages and improve efficiency of service delivery, building a workforce with appropriate skills. Reforms to the global financial aid architecture to mobilize resources at scale that meet Africa's development financing needs. Africa does not have to merely go where its economic winds blow. With this report, we can analyze, plan and execute policies that propel our economies towards development that makes our nation soar.